User experience is key. We've just learned in our keynote that customers nowadays demand predictive and personalized solutions and a good user experience. And challenging banks are actually doing pretty well in creating them. They offer solutions that are convenient, intuitive, and just beautiful. And people love them. I do so. I love easy apps, easy to operate, aesthetic, that just work. But challenging banks don't bring a very important asset that traditional banks do: trust. Because banking clients have been with their banks for decades of years, and they trust that their money is safe. Challenging banks just exist since a few years or so, and nobody knows whether they will still be there in some time. So they don't bring this trust until now, yet. But they do good user-centric solutions, and we might not wait until our customers, our banking clients have run away to these solutions. And as Jürgen Ingels has stated, we need to follow Ricardo's law. We need to do where we're best in. We need to concentrate on the customer contact, and that means also we should provide very, very good solutions so that people want to stay with us. If we do so, nobody will stop us, because there's no reason for banking clients to actually try out other solutions. But I would like to do a short assessment here in determining what we think, how well prepared we actually are for these changes and challenges that are going on. To do so, I would please you to take your smartphones and go on slido.com. So on your smartphone browser, please enter slido.com and we'll answer a question. Anyone problems? No? Very good. It's very intuitive, actually. So the first question I have for you is, what do we think? Are we prepared to compete with these challenging banks as of today? Let's see. So we have the first answers arriving. Let's see. From a scale from 1 to 10. So 10 means well prepared, 1 means not so well prepared. Okay. We have the trend, 27 answers. 30. 40. Almost. Let's get another 5. Okay. Let's get 50. 50. Then we start interpreting that. Yeah, we have more than 50. And we have a clear trend score of 5.2. So actually the majority of us thinks we are prepared to a certain extent, at least. 5.3. Okay, so what does that mean? What do we need to do? Maybe we should change perspective and think from our customers, from our users. What would they actually think about the user experience we are providing? So I have a second question. Out of 10 users, how many do you think would actually try a different bank for a better mobile experience? Let's see. So on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 users means all users would do so, 1 user means not that many. Do we have the first answers arriving? Not yet. It's not coming. No, it works. 30 answers already. We have a score of 6.2. Oh, we have a Slido problem, but I think we'll be back in a second. So just keep on answering on your smartphone. We'll have the statistics soon here displayed on the screen as well. So out of 10 users, how many would actually try out a different bank, a different provider for a better digital experience? a better mobile experience. I'm not having the statistics yet. I'm very curious what it will be looking like. Okay, let's start the poll again. I'm sure the technique will be ready to do so in a second. Until now, you can already think about your answer. That's good. Okay. 71 answers. Very good. A score of 6.1. So that means there's a real threat. That means over 60% of users would actually change the bank potentially, try out for a better, go for a better mobile experience. And I can tell you the number is correct. The true number is even a bit more. It's 6.2 or 62%. 62% of Swiss banking clients would try a different bank for a better mobile experience. This number we have conducted in a market research with an external provider. We have interviewed 750 banking clients in Switzerland across all age groups. We also did that in Germany. The total number is actually 68. And that shows a clear picture. That shows that the threat is real and that we need to do something about providing a better customer contact. And the question is how? And the answer is we need to be user-centric and we need to do user-centric solutions. And innovation theory is teaching us how to do so. We always need to start with a problem, with the underlying need. We need to solve this need, come up with a solution that directly targets the need, and then consider technological feasibility or viability from a business perspective. So people first, then technology, and then business. And only if we meet all these aspects, we have a solution that actually fits a market, we have a product market fit, we are in the sweet spot. And there is no reason why to create a solution that might be very valuable from a business perspective or very easy to do technologically if nobody needs it. And challenging banks are doing pretty well in following this process. The principle is simple, but the actual practice isn't, because we need to completely change the way we have worked in the past. We need to always reconsider what we're doing and involve people, involve the user at every stage of the development process. And this is different to the past, because in the past we have always had a specification initially and then we have followed a straight path. And when we were releasing a product, it might not have actually fit what customers needed. So this is a different way to work. And I think we should better understand how this way of work is actually looking like and how solutions that are user-centric can be looking like. And I'm therefore welcoming my dear team member Elia Wenger on stage now, who is orchestrating development within the innovation team. Hi, Elia.
Hi, Johannes. Hello.
And I hope you're going to show us a user-centric solution.
Sure. It's
Cool.
a pleasure to be here today and show you how we actually build user-centric solutions. Oh, just received a notification. Ah, and it's my bank. Robbie would like to show me some insights.
Who's Robbie?
Let me explain. So, Robbie is a personal finance advisor who analyzes your spendings and helps you to be smarter and to save money. But you know what? Let's do a short showcase and let's show you what insights Robbie has for me. So I'm logging in with my Face ID and starting Robbie. I spent 550 francs last month in restaurants.
Oh, you have an expensive lifestyle for a millennial.
You're right, Johannes. It's a lot of money. And also, Robbie tells me, based on my demographics, based on my peer groups, it's way over the average. So I'm not happy about that spending. Click on no. And let's see how Robbie is able to help me to reduce that monthly amount. Let's do it. All right, so based on my behavior, Robbie suggests me to lower the monthly amount to 400 francs, which seems good, but I think I can go even a bit lower actually. So let's choose here a different amount, and I'll try to set it to around 300 francs. 280 should do. Cool. So Robbie set up alerts for me now, meaning as soon as he sees that I'm close to reaching my monthly budget or my monthly limit of 280 francs, he will notify me and try to keep me on track. I'm able to immediately change my settings inside of Robbie, meaning if I have too much notifications or just irrelevant notifications, I'm able to turn them off. And lastly, I can put all my money which I saved into a virtual account, meaning I can stash them in one stack, in one pot. So let's do it. And not only am I able to open an empty virtual account, I'm also able to assign a goal to their virtual account, meaning I can really save for something relevant or something I want. And you know what? Summer is coming up, and I need a new bike to get around the city. So let's choose a bike here. And Robbie suggests to now spend about 1,500 francs. Seems reasonable. But you know what? I saw a cool one yesterday, which was 2,500 francs. So let's type in that amount.
And again, he spends more money.
And of course, the transfer has to be done monthly. And because Robbie knows when I receive my salary, he immediately suggests me to do that transfer on the 25th. So I don't need to change anything here. Just have to click on done. And nearly there. I will reach my goal in 9 months. So this summer won't be anything with my bike. I have to get around with public transport. But summer 2020 is my goal. And also, I will reach my goal in 9 months only with the savings from restaurants. Meaning, if Robbie detects or identifies any other ways for me to save money, he will let me know. And I may be even able to have a bike a bit faster. So let's set it up. And as you see, the virtual account saving goal for my bike is opened. Currently 0 francs in it, 2,500 to go, but it will fill up each month. So let's go back to the dashboard. And here, all the way at the bottom, you just see my normal accounts, my private account, my savings account. And at the bottom, you see my newly opened virtual account, my saving goal. So Robbie is actually fully integrated into my normal banking application, meaning it just runs alongside my normal functionalities, such as payments or account overviews.
Many thanks for this demo, Elia.
Thank you.
It looks quite intuitive and convenient, I need to say. However, it's rather tailored for the young audience, right? So for millennials and that stuff, I wouldn't use it, I need to say. But Robbie can actually change its behavior when we exchange some modules, and we can have the same interface for different target group, right? Mm-hmm. Shall we show them?
Definitely.
Okay.
Show them.
Oh, hold on. I just received a notification myself. It's my bank. So let's take a look. So my dashboard. Let's see. It's my personal finance advisor, Robert. And Robert has to tell me something. So there has an event taken place in the US. The Fed has raised interest rates to 3%. And this might affect my US portfolio. So I should potentially react on that, probably. And Robert can help me to mitigate some risk on that. So that sounds good. Yes, please. We'll take a look. Okay. So I'm getting some information and an action I can execute on. Let's take a look what it means. Okay, I have some text here, well compiled, but a bit too much to read it out now. Robert expects the inflation to continue to rise. So I should do something. And the action suggested to me is I can lower my, my portfolio percentage in the US to 25%. What does that mean? Okay, so my portfolio distribution is looking like this. I'm having 33% in dollar now. And Robert suggests me to lower that to 25 and to reinvest the freed up cash to treasury bills. That sounds like a plan. Go for it. Go ahead. Okay. Okay. Robert organizes that for me in the background and notifies me as soon as he's done. Sounds good. Let's go on. I want to see what else I can do here. So, okay. There's more information for me. There's some movement in the Swiss stock market as well, and Robert suggests some rebalancing options to me. Sounds good. Let's see. Okay. Getting two titles here. GlaxoSmithKline and Novartis. And a selling recommendation, some overview. All right, so I'm actually holding GlaxoSmithKline, and I made quite a profit on that, over 30%, and that's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And Robert suggests me to reinvest that into Novartis. That's good.
But Johannes, why not reinvest it into me? I just freshly opened my saving goal.
To your saving goal, to your bike.
Exactly.
We talk about that after the event, okay?
All right, all right.
For now, I think I go with Novartis. Sorry.
Sounds good as well.
My bank has researched in the background, and there's a buying recommendation to me. Has been performing quite well, actually. I think I'll go with that. Sorry, Elia. We'll find another way to make it happen this summer, okay?
Of course.
Go ahead. I'll do that. So, okay, Robert is again organizing that for me in the background, and he'll notify me as soon as he's done. More insights? Well, I think we need to go on with the event, but it was pretty nice. 2 banking activities in a short time. Mm-hmm. And I guess that was an example how a user-centric solution can be looking like, wasn't it?
Definitely. And it's really convenient, meaning it's a personal finance advisor who is highly personalized and is very forward-looking. He also is actionable, meaning that you can do certain actions as we did in a few button clicks. In Robbie, we implemented a lot of convenient features, such as, for example, biometrics over the Face ID login, push notifications, and geolocation. And what you see now on stage were only two use cases, but there's a lot more to explore for Robbie. And that's why I would like to ask you to meet the innovation team afterwards on the left, the live demo booth, where we're happy to show you a bit more of Robbie.
I'll hope so. So what you're basically telling us with all these features and the problem that Robbie solves, that people can be smarter with their money, if we package that with some core functionality like payments and account overviews and that stuff, we already have a fully fledged app.
Definitely.
We could bring to the market, and our customers in the audience could actually run it as a second offering, as a flanking brand, right, beside the core offering. And it's on the same tech stack. It's not a different technology base. It's digital banking hub architecture where it runs. But I think I need to stress the point again for the user experience. So why has this been a good user experience, a user-centric solutions, and not something else?
Sure. So in order to build a user-centric solution, it's most important that the user is involved from the very beginning all the way to the end. And that's exactly what we did with Robbie. We firstly made sure that we actually solve a problem or a pain point of a user with our solution. We secondly validated our concept with users. And third, last, during the implementation, we did iterative user testing. But let me take a step back and show you how the process looked like in the innovation team. So first of all, we had to identify and source relevant topics. We did that with screening the market, with doing different surveys, with talking to experts, and we gathered a total of over 500 topics. So really a lot of topics. But of course, we couldn't work on all of them at the same time. So what we did is we consolidated them and ranked them based on metrics. And the number one topic, which turned out to be, was the personal finance advisor.
At this timing. But okay, so you selected the topic, but how did we come up with Robbie as a solution for that?
So that was done in the design sprint.
The what?
Let me explain. So the design sprint is a 5-day only step-by-step process where you start out with a challenge or a problem and you end up with a validated prototype. But let me explain what we did in the design sprint day by day. So the first day, we created a map, meaning the path towards our goal to help users be smarter with their money. We validated it with various experts. The second day, on Tuesday, we sketched out all the solutions we had for that topic. On the third day, we decided upon the best, of course, including Robbie already. And the fourth day, we finally started to designing the prototype. And then already the fifth day, which I think is the most important one, is where we did the user testing. So we went with our prototype to users and gathered as much feedback as we possibly could.
And then we had Robbie.
That was the first step. So after that 1 week, we had a mock-up of Robbie. But of course, we didn't stop there. From there on, we continued with the implementation of the proof of concept. And we did that implementation in lean cycles, meaning we did iterative user testing and we improved on an ongoing basis. And now we're at the point which you've just seen on stage. We have an implemented Robbie which uses CREALOGIX APIs, CREALOGIX technologies, and all of that has been done in 6 weeks. 1 week design sprint and 5 weeks of implementation in lean cycles.
Until we have a proof of concept.
Exactly.
Okay, so what you're basically telling us is we can be pretty fast, right, with this process in applying new methodologies and in leveraging the CREALOGIX tech stack that we can just assemble things, put them together. We can come up with solutions that meet real customer needs in a very short time, right?
That's true.
Okay, so that actually is what agile theory is teaching us, right? So that we can be fast, flexible, and following customer needs at the same time, involving the customer at every stage. And our new technology stack requires such a different way of work. An organization which is agile to bring solutions on the market like that one. And this is why CREALOGIX has been going through an agile transformation throughout the last months. It all started in November with our kickoff event, a big room event, where all our developers came together in one room for 2 days and ran through a self-selection process, so actually chose new homes. And now we have context-bound teams. That means all experts of one domain are gathered in one team and can therefore act much more efficiently together. And since January, we have been implementing that in the organization. We run in 3-month iterations, program increments, with a dedicated planning event where we prepare all the backlog in the beginning. And we're improving day by day, right? We're in the 2nd now, in May. And that will all lead to a much faster delivery with a better quality in future.